here. Today I'm going to show you how I make my morning green smoothie. So I like it super nutrient dense so that I can get as many fruits and vegetables at the start of my day, and that will give me lots of energy and make me feel good knowing that I got a good amount of daily servings of fruits and vegetables at the start of my day. What do I add? For fruits, I usually add an apple and a pear, or 2 pears, sometimes whatever's local. Recently, some peaches. Berries are also very healthy. And just a little bit of frozen banana, which adds a little extra sweetness and makes it smooth and creamy. Then we definitely need some dark leafy greens. So I've got this is Swiss chard, or if you live here in Kurdistan, it's called silk. So this is what's local and plentiful, so that's what I use. But I also love some spinach, which isn't local, so I'm using frozen. But I found this, again, if you're in Kurdistan at Carrefour, it comes in nice portion size clusters. And one is about 100 grams, which is about 3 cups raw. So I'll put 2 clusters of that, a packed cup of Swiss chard. I always love to add some fresh herbs as well, because parsley is one of the most nutrient-dense foods, and there's other ones like dill, fresh mint, cilantro is another big favorite that unfortunately I can't get here, and always add a lemon or a lime. Lime would go really good with the cilantro. Then, this is optional, but I love to add a piece of ginger and cucumber. I don't have here, but if I was in the US, I would also add 1 piece of celery. Then you want to add at least, or really just add 1 healthy fat. So if I had avocado, I would add a 1/4 avocado or half an avocado, because this is for 2 servings I'm making this. But I'm using chia seeds, and chia are a great source of added fiber and also a healthy fat. Flaxseed is also wonderful, hemp seed, any nuts or nut butters, seed butters. And then also optional, well, the fat is not optional, but optional extra boost of nutrients is any superfood powder. So this is what I'm using now, which is spirulina. It's actually an algae, and while it does smell and taste terrible on its own, you won't notice it at all mixed in this smoothie. So it's a great way to get extra nutrients and will up the energy boosting effect of this smoothie. And then cinnamon is also something that I like to enhance the taste, and also has some healthful properties and is said to help regulate blood sugar. But there's other superfood powders out there, so you can experiment and try different things. But if you're new to green smoothies, then I recommend starting with more fruit and something like spinach. Of course, fresh if you have it is better, because this really is like something that even if you don't like it raw, you won't notice the taste in a smoothie. I tested this on my mother, who said she swore she would be able to taste it in a smoothie, and she honestly said she could not. So try different things like kale, but go with maybe baby kale, because this is going to be easier. So I use a Vitamix, which yes, I brought in my suitcase from the US to Iraq, because it's just amazing for so many things. However, you can make a green smoothie in a normal blender. My only recommendation then is to make sure you're using ingredients that aren't as tough, because really you want to make sure your smoothie has a smooth texture. So I mean, if you're in the US, absolutely, if you don't have a Vitamix and you want to be doing this daily, get a Vitamix. I mean, it's the best investment that you can make in your health. You can even make at-home nut butters and soups and so many wonderful things. It's totally worth the price and will last you like a lifetime. But for a normal blender, just make sure like you peel your fruits and vegetables, and when I use the Swiss chard, I take out the middle rib, because that's tough, just to make it smoother and then more enjoyable to eat. So let's get started. So first, we're going to put the greens in. I've got my Swiss chard, my parsley, some frozen spinach, do a first blend with all my greens before I add the fruit and other ingredients. For water, I don't measure it, but if I did, it's like 1.5 cups, I think. I just pour it until it's about 1/3 of the way up with my greens. And later, if I feel like my smoothie's too thick, maybe it's halfway. If I feel my smoothie's too thick, I can add more water to thin it down. But I'm also gonna be adding ice at the end. Okay. Another really important tip I wanna share is that if you have these or any earplugs, you want to wear them. This is noise canceling headphones. My sister taught me how we also need to take care of the health of our ears and our hearing. And the Vitamix is super loud, so really I always put these on. So I'm gonna put these on and do a first blend. Okay, so now we've got all of our greens blended up. While I was blending them, I started to juice my lemon. Lime is also really great. I especially love lime with cilantro, but sadly I can't buy cilantro here. So I use parsley. Also dill is amazing. Sometimes I love to put a lot of dill in my smoothie. Or fresh mint. So whatever you have growing or local, cheap at the store. So it's ideal to use organic fruits and vegetables if you can. Here where I'm living in Kurdistan, Iraq, I don't have the luxury of choosing organic, and I don't know which vegetables are grown organic, so I just choose to peel to kind of cut down on, I peel them to cut down on any pesticide residue. With ginger, we want like a small piece. This is optional, as much as you like. Really easy trick is to use a spoon to actually peel the ginger. It makes it really fast. For fruit, I've already got that chopped up. So here we have an apple and a pear. I'm gonna toss in. And I always like this optional, but I like a couple shakes of cinnamon, and this is said to help regulate blood sugar as well, so it's a healthy addition. My healthy fat and extra fiber is some chia seed here. So I actually soak this to make chia gel. It just helps to make it more absorbable so you can better assimilate the nutrients, but it's not necessary. You can also just dump in some raw chia seeds. And then for my secret ingredient, which is totally optional, but I like to always have some superfood boost to add extra nutrition. So currently I'm using Spirulina, which I just brought back from the US, which is a type of algae. It smells terrible, and by itself it tastes terrible, but the taste is easily masked when you add it to certain smoothies and shakes. So I swear you won't taste it, because I started putting this in and my husband didn't find any noticeable difference aside from the bright green color. So this has a lot of wonderful nutrients and is great for energy. I like to put about 1 heaping teaspoon of spirulina. This is for 2 servings, but it's up to you. You can put less. Other superfoods that you can add, I used to put some acai, like acai powder, or Schizandra berry powder, goji berries. These are all berries that are really high in antioxidants. And then banana. You can use fresh banana, but frozen just will make it more chilled, so I don't need to add as much ice. So I'm gonna add 1 piece first to see. Sometimes I'll add half to 2/3 of a banana, just depending how sweet it is. Okay, so now we're gonna do our second blend. Last step is to add ice, optional, but I find it much nicer to drink a more chilled smoothie. So I'll put a few cubes, blend it up one last time, and then it'll be good to go. So now we've got a super delicious and nutrient-dense smoothie that I'm going to portion out. Usually it works perfectly for 2 servings for my husband and I. This may seem like a lot of work, but there's a lot that you can do in advance, like the night before, or you can prep even for a full week by portioning out. Like you could put all your ingredients at the same time in the blender at night and then blend it in the morning. I like it best fresh, but you can already have everything packed. You don't need to do it in 2 separate blendings like I do. And if you've got 2 people, it's faster if you can work together. And so give it a try and mix it up, try different recipes, and find what you enjoy. So cheers to your health.